name is Rotimi Ige, but a lot more people know me as Roy. That is Roy Media. Yes. Family. Family is tricky because I'm an orphan, so I have no parents. I'm a lone soldier. My parents were from Osun and Oyo states, so I'm a dual citizen of both states, meaning I can contest in any of the two states. I grew up in the north. Basically, I grew up in Niger State, Abuja, Kaduna. We moved a lot, so I ended up spending a lot of my formative years in the north. So I'm partly Hausa too. I can say I'm now a citizen of three major places, you know. So, but basically, family life was good. I am the second born. We're just two, I and my senior sister, and I guess basically that is it. So started in Ibadan, All Souls, and then we moved to Niger State. So I ended up going to primary school at the Federal Polytechnic Staff School, Bida, Niger State. Secondary school was first at in Jos. I was supposed to go to the Air Force Military School, but I ended up going to Federal Government College, Kaduna, and that was where I finished. Proceeded to Mina, Federal University of Technology, after OEU went on strike for 3 years. You know, so I finished at the Federal University of Technology, Mina. I read Agric, Economics and Extension. Here for me came, I would just say, God-given direction, because when I finished school, I started out as a banker, and then, well, banking only lasted 2 weeks. I ran away, and then I got a job with a research organization because I had an agricultural background, you know, in extension and economics. So I got a job with an agric firm, and somehow, I don't know, I didn't feel fulfilled because I'm more of a spirited individual. I opted out and decided to stay at home for like 3 months to try to know what I wanted. I got an offer, you know, to work with the Nigerian Tribune newspapers, and yes, it came at a time when I just wanted to do something. I needed to just get out of the house. I had been home for 3 months, and so I went to work with the Nigerian Tribune, and that perhaps became the best decision, you know, that I had made till then, because from then onwards I got posted to different, you know, desks, from the news desk to the politics desk to the features desk, and then to head the daily entertainment desk, which I do now. And that opened up, you know, vistas of opportunity for me. Met a lot of people, learned a lot along the way, and today it has been a solid foundation upon which I have now built my own personal agency, Roy Media, and, you know, the other endeavors that I'm now a part of. Yes. Acceptance by friends, I wouldn't say, well, they really had no say, because it was more of my decision. In between, I think after the second year of joining the Nigerian Tribune, of joining media, I lost my mom. I had lost my dad 10 years earlier then, and then I lost my mom in 2010. No, that was months after joining Tribune. Yes, months after joining Tribune, I lost my mom, and then I became an orphan. So, you know, they didn't have a choice. They're just like, this guy has to work, you know. Although I had other plans. Of, I wanted to leave the country. I had plans to go do my master's. I had plans of coming back, probably into the banking industry. But then, when she died, I took a sit back and I tried to evaluate. I came into the media industry at a point when it was not popular. Print especially was not popular. It was not the exact job that people would want to take. But then I enjoyed it because it allowed me have time for myself. It allowed me attend events as a media person, especially as a print person. You can walk up to anybody. I have met people that I don't think I could have met as a banker. I have met governors. I've met a lot of people. You know, you can just walk up to them and say, and tell them, I'm from the Nigerian Tribune. I want to comment as regards this. They would give you that respect immediately. You know, so it gave me a lot of, you know, opportunities to meet people and then to travel. So I along the way I started enjoying it, because I love going out, I love meeting people, I love traveling, and then it offered me that. So yes, it became something that it was not for the pay, but it was now for enjoying what I do. And so when I got posted to the politics desk, features, and then entertainment, when I got to the entertainment desk, it became my fault. It was something I loved. I was doing entertainment in school, in the university then, in Mina. So it became something I loved doing, like I could wake up and do. So I didn't find reasons to leave because the opportunities that came with the job increased by the day. And then it wasn't for the money because, of course, the more opportunities you find, the more avenues to make more money, So my friends envy me now. I would put it that way. When I started, it wasn't about the pay, it wasn't about the passion. It was just, let me leave home. I had been home for months. My mom was sick at that time. So I stayed back home, to look after her. And then when she got worse and we had to, she was transferred to the hospital, I needed to leave home, just to get my mind off, the sickness she was passing through at that time. It was a tough time for us as a family. So I had to just leave home. I just wanted something to distract me. And then the job came, and then when I started, it became interesting, So it was not about, at that time, it wasn't about the pay, it wasn't about passion. I just wanted to do something, take my mind off, the present health challenges my mother was going through. Now, I think media has been the best thing to have happened to me. It's a choice that I took not voluntarily, it came to me, and now I can say that I would do it again. I would advise, everybody now is a media person. Everybody now has, if you have an internet connected phone, you are a media person, because then you put out information on all social networks and you have a say per se. But professionalism is what differentiates, us as media men, from the normal people who call themselves media guys. So I feel getting to become a professional in what I do has, made me see reasons as to why the media is a very important tool in information dissemination. And communication and information is about everything in the 21st century. How you disseminate information, how you prepare information, how you shape public perception about certain things is the way the 21st century has, evolved. So I feel that being a media person today has been one of the best things to have happened to me. I will do it again, and I'm also looking forward to exploring new avenues of media, going into radio, going into TV, going into production behind the scenes, going into events. There are a lot of opportunities that you would find once you go into it, through and through. So yes, that's, I started writing for Tribune, and then I decided to explore opportunities, especially in Ibadan. I found out that at the time when I started, or maybe 2 years or 3 years down the line in 2013, I found out that a lot of artists, entertainers from Ibadan didn't have a voice, like a voice out there, and I decided to try to do my bit to make sure that things change. So projects that I have been involved in was to work with a few artists, a few entertainers from Ibadan, and try to package, try to mold, try to add my little bit, to their careers. So I have been part of a few projects working with some entertainers from Ibadan, although I now work with people outside Ibadan too, but basically my first calling is here. And I've also been part of a few events, and then now I have my own event with my friend, which is the Ibadan Countdown Festival, which we're trying to, push to create a platform for everybody to come on board, so we can have at least December, everybody in Ibadan should have something to look forward to, make it the biggest outdoor event that the city has seen. Yes, finances, okay. Toughest decision, finances, yes, okay, this has come to me. Yes, thank you, Father. It was when the first edition for the Ibadan Countdown Festival, the idea was conceived by 5 of us who are now partners for the Countdown Festival. We had no sponsors for 20. We had no sponsors. Well, we don't have sponsors yet. but we want to start out, and it was a big project, and so funding was a major issue, and we were looking to spend a lot of money. The minimum when we did the total for the level of artists, level of the venue, everything we wanted to do, came to about 25 upwards million, and it was just 5 of us, and we had to raise money. Yes, I remember I sold my car. At that time I was using a Sportage. It was my favorite car, 2013 Sportage that I loved and I still love. I hope to buy back from the person I sold it to. Anyway, I didn't have enough money to contribute, so I had to sell it, and my wife thought, in fact, she went, I'm very sure she met my pastor to pray especially for me, because she didn't understand why I would do that, and then after the event, of course, we lost colossally. We lost tremendously. We lost excellently. We lost it all. We lost the whole, investment. And, she could not only tell me that, yes, I told you so. She believed in the idea. She believed in the dream. But at that time, it was tough because, yes, to have sold your packaging, it's like selling your best clothes, it's like selling your everything that makes you. When people look at you, are like, Roy, that's Roy, Roy is a big boy, and then you now come in one. It was crazy, but we thank God we've passed that stage and we're better off. Yes, failure. Greatest fear is to, I think, apart from failure, which is my greatest fear, it's not making an impact. I'm trying to inspire people to be better. I'm trying to inspire people to see possibilities where maybe before they had not seen. I'm trying to make people just aspire to be better from Ibadan to the world. That is my motto. Steady we rise. That is my motto. And so, I think the greatest achievement that a leader or a supposed leader should have is raising leadership in other people. So if I have not been able to do that, or maybe at the end of it all, I'm not known to have done that, then that's my greatest fear. Embarrassing moments. I've had not a few. I've had a lot of embarrassing moments. But then, for me, I don't see them as embarrassing moments. I see them as learning processes, because there's no way that you would not be embarrassed along the line in whatever you do, and big things start small. So if, for instance, let me give an example. The first edition of the Ibadan Countdown Festival, we had done the whole pool area. We had spent a lot of money to design. We had done a lot of things. We had made huge plans, huge publicity, huge everything. We had huge expectations. And then I remember that an event happened a few days before, and didn't go as planned. So we didn't know that it would affect our event, because now a lot of people didn't believe that we could pull what we expected or what we said we would. So on the day of the event, I had huge expectations, and getting to a place like Agodi Gardens, and you're expecting to see say 20, 30, 40,000 people, and then you see like 2,000, 3,000 people. That was, in short, that day I questioned the whole project. I was like, wow, are we on the right track? If we could bring an A-list artist and have these results, and we've spent a lot of money, what are we doing? I questioned myself, but I thank God that the second edition wiped out the whole disappointments that we may have had in the first edition. It wasn't as if it was a disappointment, because over the rest days, at least when people heard that, okay, this guy came yesterday, really came, a lot of people trooped into the venue for the event the next day. So we had a very good outing at the end of it all. But that day, I felt really sad. I think that is one memorable event that I would not forget. But then I now learned that I learned the mistakes we made. I learned from the mistakes we made. I learned from the way people think. I try to see it from the way people think, or the perceptions about certain things, and we worked on it. And of course, this year, last December, where our opening concert was massive. It was massive. We did over the number of people we expected. So it's a good one. I wouldn't call it embarrassing moments. I would call it learning processes. Yes. Oh, okay. Apart from the day, this one is a funny one. It's just a funny one. I went swimming. I got to Ibadan 2009, and I went swimming. I was from Abuja. I did not really swim before. I wanted to feel among. I went to swim somewhere in Apata, and I dived in. And then when I dived in, I realized that I dived into the deep zone, and then I just found my face at the bottom of the pool. And then when I came up and shouted, they brought me out. But as they were bringing me out, I realized that I was seeing a material that looked like my boxers, far off. And then I looked down and found I was naked. So I had to tell the guy, leave me, let me drown, leave me, see my boxers. So he had to go back, bring it. I wore it in the pool, but then everybody was laughing. That was embarrassing. People looking up to me. I'm not there yet too. I'm still a small boy. There are a lot of people. I see myself as looking up to people. I have a lot of people I look up to. I look up to Ione the Great. I look up to a lot of media guys. I'm hoping to explore radio and probably TV production. So I'm trying to go for a course to learn TV production. I looked up to a lot of people, and I still look up to a lot of people. So I believe that I haven't achieved anything yet. Everything I've been doing till now has been trial and error. I wouldn't lie to you. I have no training in media, really. I learned on the job. I've just started attending courses and trying to do things professionally. So everything I've done up till say 2 years ago had really been ideas in my head. I would just go ahead, talk to people, talk to professionals who I feel could help me handle it, and then we do it. I behind the scenes learn on the job. So I wouldn't say that people should look up to me. I would say they should rather look up to the projects that I have successfully done, learn from it, and try to also believe in the ideas, because I believe that whatever idea comes to your mind, if you fester on it and you can talk to people who can help you build it, find people who actually believe in you, I believe that every dream is valid, every idea is valid. So it's it's really not about people looking up to people, it's about you looking up to yourself. Find that belief in yourself that you can do good and great stuff. And I tell you, if you believe in yourself and you push the boundaries, people will believe in you, and then they will help you be a better person. Watchwords. I tell myself every morning, it's basically my motto: no expectations, no disappointments. I don't expect anything from anybody, so I rarely get disappointed. That's one. 2, steady will rise. It's my late mom will always say, make your mistakes yourself, so that at the end of it all, you would be glad you learned from it. So for me, my watchword is don't be afraid of mistakes. Make mistakes yourself. Learn from it. That is when you can only be better. The last one is the past is gone. Tomorrow is the future. What is happening now? Live for now. You never know tomorrow. The past is gone. Focus on now, and then your tomorrow might be better if it comes. How do I unwind? I watch TV. In fact, Telemundo is doing me bad things. I'm addicted to Telemundo. I'm sorry. I'm addicted to Telemundo. I'm addicted to Telemundo. I don't know why. I don't know how. Then I love to attend events. That's how I unwind. I love to be part of projects. I think a lot. I don't know. Maybe inspired by Telemundo. But I find myself thinking a lot. I try to think on what can I do? What else can I do? how can we do this? How can we do this? So I end up, rationalizing. I try to write ideas down a lot. Then I call people. Okay, I have this idea. Can you handle it? Can I do it in your name? Can I do this? So it's part of what makes me. That makes me at home. Apart from watching TV, and then I get a lot of ideas when I watch TV. So I would say, first, Telemundo. That's how I unwind. Second, I think a lot. Thirdly, I sleep. Sleep. Yes, that's how I unwind. At the end of it all. Most people would be, you're not too young, not to run, but to make it. I got married at 26. My mom died and I got married immediately, 10 months later. So I would say that at that time I felt like the world was over. I felt like everything was going to pieces. But then someone told me something that, Roy, you're not too young to be anything you want to be. You're just not too young to aspire to be whatever you want to be. You can be a voice wherever you are. So I decided the next day, I'll never forget that day. The next day I decided that I was going to be a voice. I was going to be a valid voice for young people like me. I was going to be an influencer in Ibadan and wherever I find myself. I decided that I was going to be, that the annals of history or the history books would not be complete in any segment or in any sector I find myself. That sector would not be complete if my name is not referred to. And I believe that is already happening. So you're not too young to be whoever you want to be. You're never too young to become a historian. Yes. Everybody, my name is Roy Ige and I'm live on The Seat on Extreme Boss TV.